Top 10 places to visit in Poland. Technically, we've been to Poland. We were there for 8 hours, but we need to go back and actually discover some of these insane places that the country has.
If you want to check out that log, maybe there's a card right here, but for sure check out the link in the description to find TriFate Lifestyle. It's on there. But yeah, we got to see some places to visit. Ryan Shirley's got some great top 10 videos for a lot of European countries, so I'm sure we're going to get to some cool spots.
He's like a drone footage master.
Yes.
Why is our drone footage never this cool?
The 3 times we flew it, it doesn't look as cool.
We gotta use it more. When we go to Poland, we will.
What's up, guys? My name is Ryan, and I want to show you some of my favorite places in the enchanting country of Poland. So here is my Polish top 10.
Let's do it. Dang. You don't think of Poland when you see that huge mountain.
Poland is home to some of the world's most stunning landscapes. From the medieval old town of Gdansk to the towering Tatra mountains, Poland has so much to offer. Let's start this video off at the impressive city of Krakow. Now this may be one of my favorite cities in all of Poland.
That's cool.
Located in the southern part of the country, Krakow was founded all the way back in the 7th century, so you best believe it's full of beautiful history and architecture. Now one of the most impressive sites is the Wawel Royal Castle. It was built during the 14th century.
I love the
and
Polish
was the
architecture.
first
It's really
UNESCO
cool.
World Heritage Site. It features
castle.
architectural styles from the medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque
Just
periods.
mixes
Now from the
everything.
castle, you can make the short 10-minute walk to the main square. This dates all the way back to the 13th century, and it was the largest medieval town squares in all of Europe, which is pretty crazy. I mean, it's just fascinating to think of all the history that took place here. Now in the corner of the square is the St. Mary's Basilica, which was built back in the 14th century, and it's a perfect example of Polish Gothic architecture. Another
Really cool.
interesting feature of
What
Krakow
the
is the
heck?
Kosciuszko Mound. It's an
It's
artificial
a
hill that was
mound, not a
Sorry.
hill, a
Sorry,
mound.
I gotta get my geographical terms correct. Mound.
Get it down.
modeled
learned
after
now.
other prehistoric mounds in the city. It was built in 1823 to commemorate the national hero named Tadeusz Kościuszko. The mound is 112 feet high.
I want a
and
mound
there's
to build after
serpentine
me.
path that takes you to the
You
top
should.
to enjoy the panoramic
I'll build
view
you
of
one.
Krakow and the Vistula River. Krakow is just such an amazing city, and I hope you all can visit. After
love to visit
we're gonna
Krakow
head to
and
the
this
Tatra
place. Wow.
Mountains.
Wow.
Located about a 2 hours drive from Krakow, the Tatras are a stunning mountain range that straddles the Polish
That's
and
insane.
Slovakian border. Now the best town to access the Tatras is Zakopane, now located right at the base of the
Zakopane.
mountains. Zakopane is a perfect starting place for your mountain
that's a
adventures.
beautiful
During the
place.
wintertime, Zakopane is an ideal place to go skiing, and in the
You gotta
summer
go
months,
skiing.
it's a prime place to start your hike into the mountains. One of the most impressive spots in the Tatras is the Morskie Oko Lake. You can make the 16-kilometer round-trip trek
16
to the
kms.
scenic lake. I mean, just such a
bad.
phenomenal view up there.
Not too
An
bad.
interesting fact is that the Tatras are the smallest alpine mountain range in all of Europe, and they're home to plenty of wildlife such as the
Oh,
Eurasian brown bear. I just love how the Tatras look. They have such a unique and jagged look to them. And I just want to go hiking them this summer. Now, if you're into World War II history, you can visit the Memorial of Auschwitz concentration camps. This is located about an hour's drive from Krakow. Now,
Hey, you know a lot
Auschwitz
from
is
Krakow.
infamously known to be one of the most horrific Nazi concentration camps. Over 1.1 million people died here.
That's
One of my
crazy.
favorite books I've ever read is called The Auschwitz Escape, and it tells the story of how 2 prisoners made their daring escape from this concentration camp. Now after, we're going to head to the northern part of Poland to visit Sopot. Now located right on the Baltic Sea,
Oh.
Sopot was established in
Right
the
next to
8th
Gdansk.
century and grew as a commercial trading
we
post
saw that,
and
I
fishing
remember.
village. Over the centuries, Sopot faced adversity as it was abandoned, burned, and then rebuilt, but in the early 19th century, Sopot started to gain popularity thanks to its spa and public baths, and it quickly became a holiday resort town. Today, Sopot is a thriving tourist attraction, where there you can take a walk on Europe's longest wooden pier, or you can enjoy the
Longest wooden
swans
pier
and endless sandy
Europe.
coastline.
Wow.
Now I understand why it's
Interesting.
called the Polish Riviera. Now after Sopot, we're going to head over to neighboring
Gdansk.
Located just a
What a
15
cool
minutes
city.
drive from Sopot,
So
Gdansk is
cool.
one of Poland's
Check out our
We were
vlogs,
there.
'cause we did not expect to see this when we went there. We basically went there for a layover for like
8
a
hours.
night. Yeah, and
Like,
we were
crazy
like,
short.
Poland, what are we gonna do? All I know is like our we have some heritage from Poland, and that's about it. And then we came and we saw this, and like the middle of the night, like, wow, this looks cool. I'm excited.
Our hotel was literally like on the main street. like where all those houses were.
Yeah, by,
all
like, that
these like
big
right in
church.
here. That's so cool. We were so surprised. It's probably one of the coolest like areas we've been on like since we started vlogging because it was one of our first vlogs. It's a really cool area. I'd love to go back. Eat some more dumplings. Those are so
Oh.
good.
Oh,
All the cities with a fascinating history with periods of Polish, Prussian, and German rule. The earliest mention of Gdansk
Oh,
was
that
in the year
ship. I remember the ship.
997 AD, and during the Middle Ages, Gdansk grew as an important seaport and shipbuilding town.
And that building.
It rose to be one of the wealthiest and largest cities in Poland
Really
until
weird one.
Warsaw's rapid growth in the 18th century. Today, Gdansk is one of Poland's most beautiful
Wow.
cities.
That's
I mean,
so
I just
cool.
can't believe it's Old Town. It's full of these perfectly placed houses that seem to go on forever. Another really cool feature that I like about Gdansk is how the canal runs right along the Old Town. It's often full of ships and it gives the
Yeah,
city
that's
such
actually
a
a cool
fun vibe.
spot.
While you're there, you can just explore the streets of Old Town or take a walk along the canal. I mean, just
It was
such an
extremely
incredible
busy.
city. Now, just an hour's drive from Gdansk is the Malbork Castle. I mean, this is the largest castle in the world by land area, which is pretty crazy.
Whoa,
It was built
really?
in the 13th century by the Teutonic Knights, who were German Catholic crusaders. And as the number of the knights grew, so did the castle, which encloses an area of 52 acres. I mean, it's just crazy to think that people were able to build such buildings back then. More than half of Malbork Castle was destroyed during World War II, but thankfully it was rebuilt to its former glory. Now, after Malbork, we're going to head over to the Masurian Lake District, located in northeastern Poland on the border of Kaliningrad. This lake district is one of the most visited lake districts in all of Central Europe, and it's home to over 2,000 lakes. It's a perfect place to go sailing, fishing, or just swim in the lake. I mean, I just can't think of a better place to go on a hot summer day. Now, aside from the lakes, the area is full of beautiful forests, perfect for hiking and exploring. The Masurian Lake District is definitely a hidden gem
Very
that deserves a
fancy.
visit. Another scenic
Reflective.
place for nature lovers is the Pieniny National Park.
Pieniny.
Now located in both southern Poland and northern Slovakia,
right next to that
Pieniny
other
is one of
one.
the oldest and smallest national parks in all of Poland. I mean, I just think it's such a beautiful area.
Ooh.
The river runs right through it, and it acts
Wow.
as
That's
a
nice.
natural border
That's
between
nice.
Poland and Slovakia. The national park is home
A
to
lynx.
many animal species, such as the Eurasian lynx, which I think is like one of the coolest animals ever. One of my favorite features of the park is the Three Crowns. The rock feature is made up of 5 sharp limestone peaks that create quite the sight. Now, another beautiful nearby spot is the Niedica Castle.
That's
This
sick.
14th century castle is located just a few minutes away from the park. I mean, this whole area is just incredible. Now, after, we're going to head over to the beautiful city of Wrocław. I mean, it's such a tricky pronunciation. Now, located in western Poland, about a 3-hour drive from Krakow, Wrocław is such a charming historical place. It's home to one of the most beautiful market squares in all of Europe. It's lined with elegant townhouses
Wow.
and cobblestone
I
streets.
love the squares.
Wrocław also has one of the most beautiful cathedrals in Poland. It was originally built in
Poland is so
1272
underrated.
and has been damaged and rebuilt several times throughout the centuries. I just love its double spires. Wrocław is just the perfect place to just walk around and explore for a day. Now, for our final destination, we're going to head to Warsaw.
Oh, you can
Located
see
on the
the
Vistula River
modernity in
East Central
Warsaw.
Poland.
So much
Warsaw
more
is the
modern than the
capital
other
and
cities.
largest city in the country. Warsaw
those
began to grow in the
skyscrapers.
16th century when the capital was moved there. It was called the Paris of the North, but sadly, Warsaw was damaged extensively
My
during
gosh.
World War
Gosh.
II, with over 85% of its buildings in ruins. Thankfully,
why it's
today it's a
modern.
bustling capital with a population of 1.8 million.
Man.
One of my favorite buildings of the city is the Palace of Culture and Science.
sick.
At 778 feet tall, it's the 5th tallest building in the EU. The crowning feature of the
Really?
city is
Wow.
Warsaw's Old Town. It was established during the 13th century and is full of history and medieval architecture. Like the main part of the city, the Old Town was almost completely destroyed during World War II, but it was miraculously restored and was made a real heritage site in 1980. When you're there, you can just explore the square and marvel at all the history that took place in this medieval old town. Well, that is it for my Poland top
Dang.
10. Let me know where your favorite
Really
places
cool places in
in
Poland.
the comments below.
It's
I also
cool
started
how like picturesque the cities are in Poland. It just seemed like places you could just go to pick one of the cities and then just walk around these such beautiful architecturally built buildings down all these squares and stuff. Just pick a restaurant, eat some delicious food.
I mean, when people talk about Europe, like, oh, I'm going to go to Europe, I'm going to travel around Europe, nobody ever talks about Poland. It's always
No.
Italy, Switzerland, maybe something like a Germany, something like
France.
that, France. But Poland's got something for everyone also, and you just don't hear about it.
And they have dumplings.
They do have some delicious dumplings that we almost skipped out on eating because we were about to miss our flight.
We tried to go to like the most famous dumpling shop in Gdansk, and it was just a huge line, and we were like, I guess not. So we went to a different place, and it took so long that we almost missed our flight. So it was an interesting experience, but they were actually really good. We didn't expect dumplings and Poland to go together like that.
No, you don't hear about that either. But Poland is just it's been flying under the radar, very underrated on every aspect, at least when we visited. That's what we noticed.
Yeah. So hopefully we can come back one of these days, and if we do, we will be vlogging the whole thing. Don't you worry. So you can see our experience eating food, seeing places. It'll be fun. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video.
Let us know more places we can visit in Poland, as well as more videos we can react to about Poland.
See you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.